Emerged last week or so concerning super value customers who availed of possible holiday breaks. It's got nothing to do with people just walking into their supermarket and paying for their groceries. It's the common denominator seems to be if you availed of these short breaks, either through super value, also AXA is emerged, now Electric Ireland, and AIB and TSB. Let's find out more because I'm joined in studio by Liam O'Connor, who's a cyber security consultant with a company called Senaca Shield, and you're based in Naas. Liam, good morning.
Good morning, it's a pleasure to be here. Yes, we're based over in Tover Business Park. Senaca Group being the actual primary company, and Senaca Shield is the cyber security division of that.
You're a big company.
We're a big company.
How big?
We're globally. We've got companies in Ireland, UK. We've worked out of Canada and Kenya. So we're quite global in a lot of the security stuff that we deal with.
And what are you doing over here at Tokers?
Well, in Tokers, we've got the cybersecurity division itself. What it allows us to do is look after one aspect of security that is absolutely growing at a phenomenal rate in Ireland and globally. At the moment, you've got the government espionage, you've got companies like Loyalty Build that are getting hacked. I mean, even individuals today are getting hacked. One of the most serious of being ransomware that's going around, where clients are clicking on either attachments or links from emails that they think is secure, or from a person that they think is a good individual and they know them. They click on the link, the ransomware takes over their computer and asks them for up to $5,000 to get their data back.
Now, we're blue in the face here from telling people over the last couple of years, stop clicking into links that you don't recognise, that are not familiar, or clicking into emails from people you don't know and never give you financial details. Let's talk first about this company. Well, what's happened here, first of all? Tell us.
Basically what's happened with Loyalty Build is they had a database that they were using to store client data. They were storing credit card details, accounts, usernames, passwords, etc. All this was being stored in a database. That database was not encrypted. So when the hackers broke in, they were able to steal that database and all the content within it.
How can a company that is based worldwide, by the way, let me tell you something about this Loyalty Build. I dug it out somewhere earlier on. This is a company that already is in trouble in the States, where 46 states, I understand, have taken cases against them for breaches of data.
Well, that's it.
Tell me a little about Loyalty Build.
I don't have enough information on Loyalty Build or on the hack itself currently to give you a rundown as to what exactly happened. We do know that they've been hacked. We do know that the data has been leaked. We do know that AXA, SuperValue, Electric Ireland, and I think Stenaline has actually been added to that list, along with the banks that have been involved now.
But what does a company like Loyalty Build do?
What they do is that they put together loyalty packages that are incorporated into companies like SuperValue, who then sell stamps, etc., within their store to allow them to offer packages to its clients. And then that database is purchased and bought and shipped through that. So they're a third party that interacts with companies, and the companies are all over the world.
Right.
It's not just Ireland, it's all of the Scandinavian countries, European countries, and in America. Okay. The problem here is sticking with the regulatory laws of data protection. One, holding the data, and two, not having it encrypted. They're the two biggest problems.
But isn't it quite remarkable that a company that's dealing with clients worldwide, although it's based in County Clare, this particular branch, but it's a worldwide company, isn't it remarkable?
Absolutely remarkable.
So basic that this information would not be encrypted.
The biggest issue in Ireland is a lot of the data laws don't exist here. There are very few laws. There are standards like the ISO 27001 for data protection, and 27002, which allows them for best practice. But what you've got in Loyalty Build at the moment, so far from what we've been able to gather in the news and in reports coming from them, is that they have not followed a best practice with regards to data protection.
All right, the information is out there at the moment.
It is out there. The information is there.
How are people compromised?
People are compromised in a number of ways. Usernames, passwords, and their credit cards themselves. If you're going to, probably for anybody out there that's anyway involved in this hack as such, should realise and probably not have the mindset of it won't happen to me. That's the worst you can be. You have to believe that it's going to happen in a digital world, in a digital environment. You are potentially going to be hacked. Good practice management for passwords, vital, absolutely vital. Mixed characters, don't use the same password for multiple accounts. So if you've had an account, whether it be with SuperValue, AXA, or Loyalty Build, or Electric Ireland, change the passwords immediately, because 90% of people use the same password for everything. So now that those hackers have a set of passwords and accounts for a certain breach of accounts, they will take those and work their way methodically through Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of the social media accounts that they can find and verify and see if it works with that, which will then incorporate them to hacking you even further. So those have to be changed immediately.
We're talking about what then happens, for example, is this going to affect people, or is it only affecting people who availed of these short breaks?
This potentially could affect any account that's been compromised within that. And you're looking at 1.5 million accounts. Anyone with credit card details on it, cancel your card immediately. Regardless of what the banks will say, oh, we're aware of it. You're all of that having gone through all that hassle. Cancel the card, get a new card in.
You're saying cancel your card?
Cancel your card. You're compromised.
And again, we're talking about now, aren't we talking about only people who might have availed of holiday breaks, the special offers?
If you used your cards, if you used your account details or any aspect of that involved in any of those scenarios, for your own peace of mind, I would cancel it straight away. Same as I would consider myself hacked. If I had been involved in any one of those, I would consider myself hacked. I would be changing my passwords on all my social media accounts, and I would be cancelling the credit card that I used.
All right, well, that's very clear advice to people out there if you've ever availed of any of these breaks. Now, the other thing is to cancel your cards. The other thing, what banks are saying, and they're covering themselves, banks will cover your losses if you've been defrauded. But they're also reminding people that we are all individually responsible for monitoring our own accounts.
Yeah, and banks have done the same thing when it comes to the mobile banking. If you read the terms and conditions of mobile banking and you put it on your mobile phone, you're making yourself responsible for almost everything to do with that mobile banking. And it's the same with credit cards and everything else. They have a doorway, a way out. So you just have to be very careful. If your phone gets stolen, your phone gets robbed, you're actually liable if you get robbed through your mobile banking because of the terms and conditions that you'll have signed up to with mobile banking. So you have to be very, very careful. It's all about being conscious of what you're doing. And unfortunately, Ireland, running with technology in Ireland, everybody runs riot with it, and it's great, and it's brilliant, and it's fast. But there's also that hidden layer of security that you need to be conscious of. And that's where a lot of companies and individuals are falling down. They're loving the technology, but they're forgetting about the security.
Let me tell people about Loyalty Build Limited. It's based in Ennis, County Clare. It's part of a company called, the Affinian Group, which is a multinational firm based in Connecticut in the United States. Now, credit cards of up to 500,000 people, and it looks like it's going to be more, as new companies emerge every day across Europe, are believed to have been stolen from Loyalty Build. And it happened, by the way, the theft of this information in mid-October. The Garda Bureau 25th, was it? Garda Bureau of Investigation is looking into it. Now, last month I made a reference to the States. 46 United States have reached a settlement with this Affinian Group after it and 2 of its subsidiaries were investigated for deceiving customers. Affinian provided travel packages through loyalty schemes offered by its marketing partners such as supermarkets, credit card firms and banks. However, according to the case against it, the firm improperly rolled over membership packages and wrongly charged customers. Now, this is a separate case. The company agreed to pay €19 million in refunds to customers and approximately 11 million in penalties. That's in the United States now. It's different from this. But basically, this is a middleman company.
It's a middleman company based here.
Created databases for major companies and organised breaks away and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So when I collected stamps for a breakaway, I was being directed through this company.
You were going through this company.
They were managing it because, for example, the supermarket, the bank, the electricity provider that's giving away these cheap holidays, which we see advertised all the time,
correct,
they don't want the bother of dealing with people.
They hand it out to third parties, but the problem is that third party has kept information that it should never have held on to. Once a credit card has been done and dealt with and you've processed it in such a way, then it's supposed to be, by law the requirements.
Final question to you, Liam O'Connor, is the damage is now done in relation to that. You've issued advice in relation to people. If you're one of these people who ever booked a short holiday, cancel your cards now and change them is the rock-solid way to do it.
Rock-solid way to do it.
Are confident then? I'd be very reluctant now, having heard all of this, to start sticking my credit card details on the internet. This is huge damage to online dealing,
It's huge damage to online billing because this company has been in such a way that it's protected its data in a very poor environment thus far. Now, the investigation is ongoing, so we need to find out more as to how that happened.
And we need to be careful what we say.
And careful what you say. But you are looking at, there are payment structures out there, like payment cards like PayPal, Wirecard, etc., that have built-in structures for payment systems. If you don't go on websites that have some bogus put the credit card details in here, because, you know, well, if it isn't a reputable company that's
So how
offering
can we be
payment
sure we're on
services,
a reputable company?
you have to research. Be careful where you click. Look at the websites, check the links. A lot of sites are bogus, or they may even look like PayPal, but have a redirect, and they're not. They're hackers. So everything is to be consciously available, conscious of where you are, conscious of staying away from free Wi-Fi, conscious of staying away from coffee shops, accessing your details, because hackers can be sitting in the same coffee shop, stealing your logon details as you log on.
Okay, you have to be very careful, folks. Don't carry your, by the way, PIN numbers around in your wallet and stuff like that.
Or on your phone.
Or on your phone, because they know where to find them. And likewise, only deal with the most reputable websites and be sure what you're doing before you click on it. Finally, a person asks, what you said about credit cards, does that also apply to the debit cards, the laser and the Visa cards?
It applies to all of them, because once they have your details, and plus the CVV numbers, which were actually kept on the database as well.
They're the little...
That's the three-digit number at the back.
Security three-digit number at the back.
That's meant to protect your online. They can now use your card online to buy whatever they want, because all they need is your number, your name. They have the data. They have the data.
All right.
Your card can be used.
Okay, the advice then from Liam O'Connor, who's a cyber security consultant with Senaca Shield, they're based in Nace, but a multinational company, is if you're one of these people who's ever availed of any of these schemes, it might be very advisable for you to completely change your credit card or debit card and do it now.
Also change your username and password for any account you created with that, because if you use the same password on all your other social media accounts, the hackers will methodically go through them and will hack you on other aspects of your life.
All right, you've been warned, and I think we'll hear more. In fact, you will hear more, because after the break, we'll be speaking with the Deputy Data Protection Commissioner, John O'Dwyer, who's been investigating these incidents. Meanwhile, Liam O'Connor of Seneca, thank you for coming in.